What's going on, you guys? So, another weekend in the books. We got some work done. Let's go over it. So for starters, I finally got all the sound deadening out of the car. And it took forever. So I got all the sound deadening off of the sides there. I am gonna need to go over and like wire wheel this to clean it all up before we paint it. If I don't do that, you'll see all that crap underneath the paint. So I'm gonna have to go through and wire wheel it, clean it all up. But that's something we're gonna wait till final assembly to do, because everything in this car needs to get stripped out of it and basically down to a bare rolling chassis so we can paint everything. So like all this wiring and the brakes and the ECU, all the electrical going on up there, all that stuff is gonna need to come back out so we can paint it. And we might even respray the engine bay. I really don't want to. It doesn't look terrible. I mean, we did do this with rattle cans. So if I could go ahead and put like a single stage gray on there or something like that, just to make it look like extra nice, I'd like to do that. One thing we do need to consider though is we already wrapped the firewall. Ain't a chance in hell I'm redoing all that, because that was a lot of work. Same thing over on this side. We went ahead, pulled the seat out of it, got all this stuff all cleaned off. All the stuff back here cleaned off. Same thing with the corner over there is all cleaned off. If you haven't seen my other videos, this is how my coolant pipes run for my rear mount radiator. So they actually come up through the floor right here, and then they're flanged on the firewall right here, and they come in through the factory hole right here and go to the back. And then I have these covers over there for them. I know not everybody watches all of my videos, so may not have seen how they mount on there. And then we have that cover that goes over those hoses. Still, it's not bolted down right now, obviously. And then we have this cover. Which sits right on that, just like that. I gotta pop some rib nuts in here still to bolt this down, but that's how the lines all stay covered. Not exactly anything new or an update, but figured I'd show you guys that since I have it all out anyways. Yeah, it's funny for how flimsy these doors are. They still shut pretty good. Speaking of which, I am gonna need to make a cover for that corner right there. I cut a little bit too much out of these doors. I actually really wanted to put Lambo doors on this thing because I thought it would be hilarious, but I cut way too much off that, so there's nowhere to mount a hinge anymore. Oh well. What else did we do? Oh, we bought a battery. We bought a second battery. Don't judge me on this yet. It's not done. I want to redo these grounds and the power routing. But we kind of started laying out our power routing. So I'm kind of coming up with a couple different ideas here for how I want to do this to make it look clean, because that does not look clean. I was thinking maybe flipping one battery so we can go power to power, and then maybe doing two separate grounds. Having this whole looped around ground thing, I'm not really feeling it. I don't think it looks too good. Plus the ground cables are red, which really irritates me. But it was the only wire I had, so still coming up with some ideas for how I want to do that to make it cleaner. If you guys have any ideas, post them down in the comments. I'll read them. You know, if you have any good ideas for how to route those, or if you just want to tell me to go fuck myself, I mean, that's cool too. I'll read that comment as well. I'll give it a thumbs up probably. Now, there was one other thing on the list of stuff I wanted to do this car that I have not done yet, and it's not the cage. It's that firewall. Now, I kept saying that I was going to finish up this firewall and clean it up, make it look nice. But honestly, the more I look at it, the more I realize that there is no making that look nice. not the way I have that set up in 3 separate pieces. Now, I know I said I made it 3 pieces because I wanted to make it easy to access and easy to work on and easy to service. And I mean, yeah, all that's true. It would make it really easy to service and work on and take apart if I need to, but it looks like shit. It really does. I hate it. I can't stand looking at it. I think it looks terrible. And I'm just gonna scrap it. I don't even like it. I don't want to fuck with it anymore. I think it looks terrible. And I'm done trying to make that look good. I mean, I'm just not a fan of it. Even with this on top, I tried swapping this over on the top piece. It still looks bad. So I think what I'm gonna do is wait until the actual cage is done and installed in the car. And then I'm gonna try and go ahead and make a simple 2-piece setup. So we'll have a lower on the bottom that'll be notched out for where the bars go through, and then a top piece that can slide on into it and bolt on. Hopefully make it look a lot cleaner. You know, having an overlay on a plane like this is a lot less noticeable than having that. So yeah, I'm not messing with that anymore. That's a write-off. It's wasted time. It is what it is. You know, I've done that a lot on this car. I've wasted time on shit that I've finished and looked at and just said, I don't like this, so I'm not using it. This time I'm just gonna draw the line now before I actually go through and do finish work on it to realize that I don't like it at all and then scrap the idea in the end anyways. Also, we did kind of clean this up a little bit. We got some vice grips down there still, but I need to go through and, you know, clean all this up. We got the intercooler out. That's all over on the bench over here. It's the turbo. We got the charge pipes out of the car, the intercooler out of the car. We started planning out some routing for the coolant tubes that go to the intercooler. So we kind of got an idea of where we're mounting the pump. I know how much feet of hose I need to get. I know what hose I need to get. I still need to get adapters for the drain. I got to put a drain in it. I think that's about it for the cooling system on the intercooler. And then we still have, you know, like we took all these lines and everything out. I need to go through and clean all this stuff up. All these wires are just hanging right now. And I don't think I'm going to be reinstalling or rerouting any of that stuff because all that is going to need to come back out to paint the chassis. But I'm definitely going to want to do a final test fit on everything before it gets painted, so it's gonna have to go back together the way it was and the way it's gonna be for final assembly before I take it all back apart again to paint it. And now I'm just sounding like a broken record. I did cut patch panels for these big holes here and the hole over there. I don't know where I put it. I know I cut patch panels for them though. Oh, yeah, there's one of them. I don't know where the other one is though. I think I cut 2 of them. Nope, definitely did not cut 2 of them. Yeah, whatever. Anyways, I've been rambling on about what I haven't done on this car for far too long. So that's gonna be it for this one. I mean, we did make some progress at least. Maybe next week we'll get more done. I don't know. So yeah, that's going to be it for this one. So like the video if you liked it. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Follow the build along. And until the next one, I'll catch you guys later.